Thanks, Camilla, for lending me your delightful Year 1 class. I mean, they really were super. They totally engaged with me using this great book, Caveman Dave, by Nick Sharratt. A great book for teaching the split diagraph for A. The children particularly liked the fact that you have a real cave outside, and using that resource was wonderful. I mean, what I would say to schools without caves is that you actually all have caves in your classrooms.
Yeah, it's so easy just to use any part of your classroom to make something if you haven't got that available to you.
Yeah, that's right. So what do you think your children, watching the lesson and joining in, what was the thing that they enjoyed the most, I would say?
They definitely enjoyed going in the cave. Like I say, getting out the classroom into this resource that we have. They just were so excited, especially when they saw that Dave came out of the cave. They absolutely loved that. They really enjoyed it.
I mean, some of them were on the verge of tears. They didn't know whether to scream or laugh or cry.
Some of them were really scared, and now it will stay with them.
Absolutely.
For a very
Emotional
long time.
English. Yes, yeah, that's right. And what I tried to do today was to show how teachers can build upon prior learning. So we used, Snail Trail by Ruth Brown to teach the initial diagraph for A, because you've still got some children in your class that needed that. And I noticed some of their speech was developing. So the children followed the snail trail to build words using the little snail puppets.
Yes, and one little girl who was in your group, who was doing the initial A sound there, she was still talking about it after the lesson and doing her
little snail
out
trail.
of the shell, snail trail.
Yes.
So that really stuck with her, and
Fantastic.
she has very little English, so it was
Brilliant.
great to see.
But yet I still pushed her on, that little girl, with the alternative, the split diagraph. So we're not capping children's learning within this programme. It's about whole class teaching and really pushing the boundaries with that. They'll all remember Caveman Dave because, like you said, he rocks. And what's really exciting for me is that, like you say, they're talking about it afterwards. They're pretending to take the characters on.
They definitely are.
Wonderful. So a bit more about the multisensory opportunities. Do you think that would support the children in your class?
Definitely. Even some of the boys who are sometimes less engaged in the classroom were absolutely loving it, because they were in the cave, they had the torches, they had the clipboards, they were so excited. Some of another group were writing on the real rocks, and they love that because it's not just writing on a whiteboard or a piece of paper.
That's right. Manipulating it, isn't it? That physical
and it's making
connection.
it more physical. They can touch it, they can really get involved with it.
Yeah, no, fantastic. I push your more able children on, and again, it's very hard when an advisor comes into school not knowing your class, but I really wanted to push the boundaries of phase 6, if you will, looking at the past tense, and it would need a lot more work. So tomorrow, taking those children forward, I'd really spend a bit more time at looking at the verbs and going back a stage just to really understand what the verb words are. Then we could have then talked about being a historian and turning it into past tense. Thank you very much. And I think we've all got in our schools a Caveman Dave lurking amongst the staff. I often rope head teachers to take on the role, but today we were lucky enough to have Sam, who took on the character. Possibly a parent that you know of that could take on, that looks a little bit like Caveman Dave, just to bring the lesson to life. Yeah, absolutely. And for a small amount of money to create an outfit.
If you haven't got a Dave, at least you've got an Ava.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, really good. And the way that I think children just love seeing teachers and TAs working together. You and your TA could easily take on these characters to bring this story to life.
Definitely, we definitely would.
Have a lot of fun. Thank you very much for today.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity. They absolutely loved it.